I had slow sewing week, but that was brilliant sewing week and I'm very happy with my progress. Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. It's time for my weekly catch-up video, aka Friday Sews, this time on Sunday. I had a flurry of new subscribers, so I just wanted to say big welcome. I hope you will stick around. And I'm sure you are here coming on recommendation from Carol, so Carol. If you haven't watched Carol's newest video yet, just go check her out. I sent her a little birthday gift and she showed everyone what I made and what I gifted her. So I hope you will enjoy her video. Now, let's start with my update. So, previous week I had very busy week. I made 4 t-shirts and I was sewing up the storm. Last week was completely different. I have very low-key look today, just in case anyone is wondering what happened to my curls. I just didn't have space of mind to curl my hair today. I was tidying up the attic a little bit, and just after shower I just did a braid and let my hair dry on its own, so it's a little bit flat, but that's okay. I'm planning very lazy afternoon. So what I have been up to. First, I decided to work on some works in progress, mainly because if you watch my latest last Friday sews, you know that my arm, like my hand, was a little bit sore here and I didn't want to push it. So I didn't want to force myself to do cutting out. I wanted to just focus on working on stuff that I started in the past and ended up on the naughty pile. And one of those makes is something that I have a feeling I will be wearing a lot. So it's not fully finished. It still needs few tacking stitches just to keep the collar in place. So this is Elevated Blazer by Ellie and Mac. And I started making it last year. And I did something that I normally don't do in Ellie and Mac patterns. I decided to go with double XL size, so XXL size instead of my usual XL. I read some comments that people were saying that it's very on point with the sizing, and I'm on the border between XL and XXL. So I thought, it's overlay piece. I don't want it to be too tight. So no, I will go with double XL. But it didn't occur to me that I should do narrow shoulder adjustment. Just I had the brain fog. I was really rushing with cutting out. I didn't pay attention that one of the collar pieces, because I only had a little amount of this French terry. It was just remnant French terry from some of the mystery bundles I had from Poland, and I had to cut the collar against the grain. In general, you don't need that much stretch in the overall make, and definitely not in the collar, so I thought I would be fine. And then somehow, I don't know, whatever, it shrinked when I applied the interfacing. It was a little bit too short when I tried to pin it to the front of the jacket. So what I did, I slightly stretched it, thinking, it's just a little bit, it's just like a centimeter, it won't have effect. Then I saw it. It was a little bit wonky, but I thought, no, I'm just gonna iron it and steam it and top stitch it, it will be fine. No, it wasn't. On top of that, the pockets are for me personally, for my body type, they are in the awkward spot. They hit at the very awkward spot for my body build, and I didn't like the length on me whatsoever. So what I did, I decided I'm gonna fix it, because there was a moment when I wanted to throw it out, but I was like, no, I need gray blazer in my wardrobe because I only have a black one and like a melange one, and I need something like a sporty blazer. So I started unpicking all the top stitching, all the pockets and everything. It took ages because pockets were here and top stitching was done all the way with the hem and everything. And so it took ages because I matched the thread so perfectly I couldn't see it, and it was very hard not to pick the fabric, so I had to do it with little pin and just slightly lift the thread, because when I try to do it from this side where it could be easier, uh, it was just pulling the gray through, so I had to do it from the front. But anyway, it took ages, but it was good activity for watching TV on in the evenings with Chris. So I decided to shorten it. So I will put it on so you can see. So I shorten it and it hits me at the high hip. So I absolutely love the way it looks. I didn't had when I originally cut it out, I didn't had enough fabric to cut the sleeve the full length. So I decided to make them shorter, kind of like 7/8 of a sleeve, and to have them turn around. So originally I did normal hem, but when I turned them up, I didn't like the way it looked like. So I picked the hem and I finished everything with the bias binding and then did invisible, like by hand stitches, just to finish it off so I can have sleeves like fold up. And I did the same thing with the bottom hem, so I did it by hand. What I still need to do, but I didn't want to do before washing it, um, if you unpicked anything yourself, you know that very often uh, there will be marks after needles, etc. And on knit fabrics, very often those marks will go away after a wash. So I give it a wash, and now I just want to tack the collar in few spots just to keep it in place so it's not flopping around. But I absolutely love it, and I think it will be great addition to my early spring, late summer, early autumn wardrobe, and I absolutely love it. There will be definitely more of that blazer in my future, however, in a smaller size. The second thing I worked on last week was alteration. I bought this skirt probably 2 years ago in the charity shop, and I knew from the start that it's a little bit too long for my liking, and I wanted to shorten it to the knee length. So that's what I did. Basically, I cut big chunk of the skirt, and it will be waiting for me for autumn and winter because it will look great with boots and warm tights, and it will be perfect addition to my existing wardrobe. The next two makes I would like to share with you. One is finished or almost finished. The other one needs a little bit more work. I work on them doing Sewing Sewcial at SoSew in Naas yesterday. I had fabulous time as always. So big shout out to the ladies. I absolutely appreciate you spending your time with me. We had blast, and I highly recommend to anyone who is in the area. If you are like sewing, um, come over for the next Sewing Sewcial. Is great fun. So what I worked on was my summer flowy skirt that I started last year. Actually, not fully started. So it was originally a dress I bought in River Island. 99% it was River Island, and um, it was halter dress. I knew from the beginning it would not support my boobs, so I knew I'm gonna transfer it into a skirt. I wanted flowy big skirt, something with the pop of color. Originally it was white, so I got the dye and I dyed it. And that's my finished skirt. I had to unpick all the tears because originally the ruffled part was visible. However, as you can see, white thread didn't dye because I completely forgot that the dye was the thread was probably polyester, and I got the dye just for cotton. So I either had an option of looking out for a dye that's for polyester, trying to dye it again, or just unpick it and hide the thingy. Because I wasn't very excited about the ruffle part being seen, I decided I will unpick it and just go from there. So I unpicked the all the rough, like basically all the tiers, reattached them just from different side, and then I attached the waistband. I unpicked all the tiers, reattached them, and I did a waistband. Forgot the word. My brain is very foggy today. So I did the waistband in cuffing with 4 centimeters. So I think it's inch and a half, something like that, elastic inside. I could tighten the elastic a little bit more because it's not cinched in as much as I would love it to, but I also know that my stomach goes through a lot of bloating during summer, so I don't want it to get uncomfortable. Hence, it's cinched in just a little bit. I'll pop somewhere the picture and the video of me twirling a little bit in that dress, in that skirt. But I have to say, I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait for warm days that apparently are coming ahead. The second make that I was working on that's not fully finished yet is a top. So the pattern is from Ottobre magazine. I made that top a few years ago, and as soon as I made it, I wore it a few times. I cut out another one in some remnants, um, and then I just put it in my box with cutout projects, and it was sitting there until the day I decide I want to work on it. So yesterday in the morning when I was preparing for the social, I thought that I'm going to pick up something that's relatively quick if I will have some time finished uh, to work on something when I finish the skirt. So I managed to sew it up fully. I did change the height of the neckline. As you see, it still has some clips because I'm hand stitching the binding on the inside. So I lowered the neckline by 3 centimeters because it was very high, and I shortened the original hem by 1 inch because it was too long for my liking. I still need to do a side like armhole bands, and I will do in the same fabric as the main bodice because I don't think I have enough of the black bias binding. But it's turning out super cute. And actually, Chris has a T-shirt in this fabric that he has, I think, 4 years. Yeah, around 4 years, and he wears it a lot, and it's still looking great. So I'm sure it will be one of the makes that I will absolutely love. And I do love a little detail of gathering under the bust. So yeah, I will be working on finishing this make hopefully tomorrow. Now, what are my actual plans that I have to make next week? Turnout. Alice needs a costume for a school play. So they are doing school play for end of the school year. She's finishing primary school, and usually sixth class performs either a play or a musical. So they are doing Jungle Book musical. And Alice is one of, actually she plays role of two different wolves. One is like a puppy, not ex puppy, but very young. One is teenager wolf. So she needs two different outfits. So I did offer her that we can just buy ready-made costume for a wolf and just have it out of the way. But my child is very conscious of not getting things that are one-off. If I make costume for her, she wants bits of this costume to be wearable in a long run. Okay, there are bits like dragon tail or dragon wings that we did in the past that of course she couldn't wear, but she wore it for a few occasions, so that got plenty of use for the costume. So for the wolf, she asked me could I make her plain gray long sleeve t-shirt, and I had it already in my plans in this gorgeous pointail I got few months ago at SoSew in Naas. So it's very lovely, very stretchy, and very soft, and it will be perfect, not too hot, not too cold. So it will be fitted top, because she needs to fit on leather jacket on the top of it for a teenage wolf. So she does have a leather jacket that my mom got her in charity shop a few months ago. So we are sorted there. She will wear her either gray leggings or gray school trousers, whichever ones of those she will prefer on a day. And she asked me, could I make her separate wolf ear, wolf tail, and a jacket, like a hoodie jacket or something like that. So I have some very stretchy faux fur I got in Ecobee 3 years ago, and it's light gray, and it's a remnant. So we will see what I can get out of it. Definitely, I will get the at least a vest. I'm not entirely sure if we'll get the jacket, but at least I will get the vest. So I might substitute the sleeves, like, do it in the French terry or something else. We will see, because you know how it is with using remnants. You never know until you will actually start working on it. So I'm planning to use the um, Zip It Up hoodie by Petite Stitchery. It's a free pattern. They have adult version and the kids version. I made adult version for myself last year, and I absolutely love it. And it's easy enough, so it should be quick enough and easy enough to make for Alice for the play. And I also promised the teacher that I will help to create wigs for one of the birds, and I do have some fabrics that will be suitable for that. Like, they're just brown. There needs to be brown wigs. So I will be working on that one as well. Hopefully it will not take too long, because I realize I need an outfit for Alice's graduation. And of course, I have some dresses in my wardrobe that I could wear for the graduation, or some outfits, but uh, majority of those dresses do have relatively deep v-neck, and they all have long sleeves. Graduation is 25th of June. Potentially we might have very hot summer. It's at 11 a.m. There is no chance I'm wearing long sleeve. And so I need something with the short sleeve. And the idea of my outfit um, appeared in my head last weekend, so not yesterday, the previous Saturday, when I went to SoSew to pick up one of the fabrics that I spotted on her stories, and I asked to put away for me. Now let's talk about fabrics that I bought and my plans for graduation outfit. It all started with the broider anglaise I spotted at SoSew in Naas on her Insta stories. I messaged her straight away, basically within minutes of the story appearing. Could you please put away 1.5 meter for me, because I want a blouse in that fabric. So I got the 1.5. I went to collect it, and she had just a little bit left, less than a meter, I think 0.8 or something like that. So I told her, I'm just gonna grab it as well, just in case. You never know. And if I wouldn't use it for myself, I could always use it for Project Dress a Girl. So overall, I have around 2.3, 2.4 meter. And I was planning a blouse, but then I was thinking that would actually be a very lovely skirt, but I would need to line it. So I'm planning to use Simplicity 1887 for a skirt. I will pop the line drawing here. So it has flat front, and it's gathered elasticated waist at the back, and I think it will be fabulous. In addition to that broider and glaze, I got another fabric. I got this fabulous stretch cotton, and is white with polka dots. It has decent stretch, and originally I was planning to make a A-line skirt in it, But then the thought occurred to me, if I would make a skirt and a top in my broider and glaze and a blazer in this, that would be perfect combination. And I do have a navy, not super dark navy, high heels that would look lovely for it with it, and it would be fabulous outfit for graduation. So I will be working on my graduation outfit soon. However, the broider and glaze needs lining, and Ross didn't have anything that would be suitable. So I contacted Catherine at Carlo Fabrics, just ask her if she has anything in royal blue kind of shades to see would that work, like a cotton fabric. And she did tell me, okay, I have a royal blue. That's not on the website. It's quilting cotton. And I was just, okay, let's sort it out. I paid her through PayPal and she shipped it over. And it's gorgeous color, but it's not a match. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna use this for something else because I absolutely love this color and I do think it looks lovely on me. Sorry if I messed with the mic and it was sounding weird. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna have a look at Love Fabrics Ireland, see what they have. And they had the blue that's very close, but it's not exact match, but it will work fine. So as you see, it's not perfect match, but when I lay it over, it's fine enough for the lining. It doesn't bother me, so I'm gonna go with this. So I ordered 3 meters just to have enough to line the skirt and line the bodice if I need to. So that's all the fabrics I got. I also have few patterns that I ordered few weeks ago during McCall's sale. So Ross in SoSew in Naas, she stocks Simplicity, New Look, and I think Burda. But during say, like she can take an order for other patterns. So when McCall's was on a sale, I asked her for 5 patterns to order for me. They arrived and I collected them yesterday. The first pattern is very popular and I think almost everyone wants to make it. It's M8553 and I absolutely love it from the day it launched. I know people are saying that there is similar pattern by Fabric Godmother, but I set my eyes on this one and I just like the way it looks. I don't think I will go with the pockets on the bust because pockets on the bust never look good on me, at least in my opinion, so I might skip that, but I'm very excited. The next pattern was picked by Alice, and the timing couldn't be perfect because the ears on the View D look very similar to how the wolf's ears look like. So I'm gonna use that pattern piece just to make my life easier when I'm making wolf's ears for Alice. I got one of the vintage patterns. It's M8258 and I absolutely love the maxi dress. The shearing is, or the, I think it's shearing or pleats. They're just absolutely stunning at the front and I couldn't resist. The next pattern is McCall's M527 and it's white straight leg trousers with the cuff and I absolutely love the cuff look, but the great thing is it has elasticated back and it has great fit instructions for the waist and hip width, for the crotch depth and length, low seat stitching lines. So it's one of the Palmer and Plesh tissue fitting method. So hopefully it will be okay. We will see. I'm planning to work this year on getting some decent fitting trousers on me. And the last one is this one. It's a nightgown and basically like a bathrobe type of thing. It's 8535 and it's a nightgown. Sorry, it's a nightgown in 2 lengths and a robe. So I will be going for the View A because I don't like long nightgowns and I need some new nightwear. There's one more thing I wanted to mention. My handmade patterns is hosting a mini challenge, mini sewing challenge with their free sewing pattern for the yoke tee. It's one of my favorite t-shirt patterns, and I made it a lot of times, and I'm planning to make few more times during the challenge if life permits. So basically, it's a tea where you can use your remnants to create something unique, something fabulous. I will leave link to their Instagram post and to their Facebook group, so you can sign up and if you would like. And I highly recommend because it's one of the easiest and the most comfortable t-shirts I ever wore. I actually digged through the attic and through the bags of my cotton jersey scraps and my viscose jersey scraps, and I pull 2 bags of those scraps, and I'm gonna work on picking some to use up for this challenge. What else? So Fruity is starting. My video will be coming out on the 12th of June, live update. As mentioned in my post, I'm taking few days to spend some time with the family. Alice has a Tuesday off from school, and on Monday we have bank holiday, so we are planning to enjoy some local sightseeing. And of course, as usually in our household, there always had to be something that goes wrong. So we have one little pipe leaking that we are trying to locate. Therefore, whole house looks like a warehouse because half of the attic had to be emptied, and yeah, old boxes and all the stuff are just scattered around the house, which drives me insane. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's just, one of those things. So I'm trying not to get too stressed about it. I think that would be all from me for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again to all the new subscribers for coming over, and thank you to all the existing subscribers, all the comments, all the love. I really appreciate you guys, and you always cheer me up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing. Bye.